Welcome back. I'm joined by Brian Van Kampen. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
And you are the director of The Mercy Seat. It's a play playing at the Ithaca's Readers Theater. So I know it's a big weekend coming up.
Big weekend for us, yeah.
Yes, and this play, The Mercy Seat, was the first major theatrical response to September 11th.
Right. Neil LaBute, who's known more as a filmmaker and a playwright, was one of the first writers to sort of respond to 9/11 in that first year. And The Mercy Seat is one of the first, and really one of the only 9/11 plays. And it was done in New York with Lev Schreiber and Sigourney Weaver in the roles. And basically, it's, I don't think it's really about 9/11. It takes place in the aftermath of 9/11, but it really could have taken place after Pearl Harbor or the Oklahoma bombing, any sort of catastrophe that we remember. It's really about these two people, a man and a woman, who are having an affair, have been having an affair for a number of years. And in the aftermath of September 11th, they have this opportunity to sort of disappear off the grid and go off and be together, and he would sort of be abandoning his entire family, his wife, his children. Does he have the courage to go through with it? It's kind of a cowardly act. So sort of everybody else is talking about heroes in respect to 9/11. These people are not heroic. They're kind of selfish. They have their own problems, and the play is like 90 minutes in a room with them as they try to figure out what their situation is.
Speaking of 9/11, obviously we both lived through that horrific experience. What was it like putting on this play? Did it bring back memories?
I'm not the kind of person to sort of look back. I kind of want to forget about all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't think I was the kind of person that would direct this kind of show. But Anne Marie Cummings, who plays the role of Abby along with Tony Simeone, we'd worked together on art earlier this year, and we came down to see you. We just got along really well. And there's a very dark humor in the play, kind of a black, cynical humor. And I come from a humorous place. And I think Anne Marie thought of me to direct this play because it has a sort of a black, cynical, bitter edge to it. And that I would be able to keep an eye on that and keep it from being too soap opera-y, I guess.
The playwright, Neil LaBute, why is he so special? I know he's worked on other projects as well.
Well, he's a provocateur. He got his name with a film called In the Company of Men, which is sort of a crazy doomed romance set in a cynical world of big business. And he sort of makes these very provocative statements about people and society, and I think this is sort of Neil LaBute being a provocateur, because everybody sort of tends to get sanctimonious when we talk about events like 9/11, and this sort of cuts to the heart of the fact that most people, you know, they like talk about heroism and doing things for others, but most people are fairly selfish, unfortunately, and sort of have their own ends in mind, and so that's sort of Neil LaBute's sort of area of poking holes in us and making us not so precious, you know.
All right, I know the play is the 7th through the 9th. You can get more information at thereaderstheater.com. The Mercy Seat. And really quick before we end, why do you think people should come see this play?
Well, you know, it's not really a 9/11 play. It's about people. I think even though we might not be able to relate to what they're doing, I think we can relate to their humanity and the things that the problems that they're having and sort of the dilemma that they're in. And I think, you know, we might not be able to relate to 9/11 as sort of a big conceptual thing, but I think we can all relate to a story about a man and a woman sort of going through some stuff.